Navigating Your 20s, a series. Welcome back, guys. Today's topic will be all about money management, and let's get right into it. No long talking. When it comes to like managing your money, especially when you're technically a new adult, because when you hit your 20s, you can officially say that you're an adult. But anyhow, I think it's kind of harder for us to manage our money because a lot of the things that we want, we usually don't have the money for it simply because we're either just finishing school, starting school, in school, like and balancing school and then balancing a job is like mind-boggling. I remember when I was going to school, I wasn't working. I was just a student. I was a full-time student, and I was dependent on um, you know a scholarship and government money to help finance my apartment and all that stuff. But I feel like when you're in your 20s, your main focus should be focusing on what you want to do and who you want to become. So that way you set your foundation for actually executing those things. Money management is something that I feel like a lot of us in our 20s struggle with because we either don't have stable jobs, we work part time, or even when we work full time, we're not being paid enough for our time. And it's also hard to find jobs. Some of us still live with our parents because things are just not how they told us it would be in some sense. A little backstory about me when it comes to like money management, money, and all that stuff. I grew up learning how to manage my money. My father being an entrepreneur and having his own business, my mother teaching how to save money and not to spend money. Both of them actually teaching us how to save money and not spend money on unnecessary things. My father especially would always instill in us, don't buy unnecessary things, and try to save your money. Like if I give you money for lunch for school or whatever it may be, save it as much as you can, and things like that. If I'm being honest, they taught me how to be as frugal as I am right now, because you can ask anybody that knows me, I don't spend money on things that I don't need. I rarely go out, I rarely buy things, and when I do buy things, I buy them in bulk so that I know that I can have them for a good while until I need to restock on certain things. I spend money when I feel like I haven't spent money on myself in so long and I feel like I'm being like suffocated, you know? But other than that, I'm really good with saving. I'm really good with like managing my money. I budget every month so that I know what I'm spending and how much I can't surpass. Like setting up a budget for yourself, especially like if you don't really have a stable job, is very, very important. Even if you have a stable job, it's always good to budget. I have a Notion budget tracker that I use to track all my expenses every month, my incomes, my expenses, and all that stuff. My subscriptions as well. I track all of these things so that I know where my money is going and where it shouldn't be going. If I know things are gonna be tight one month, I cancel subscriptions. I don't buy certain things, and it's just like that. Like when it comes to budgeting, you really have to like keep in your mind that this is something that is important. This is something that I need to do because it just sets that discipline of managing your money better. So a lot of people don't really like budgeting or keeping track of it, but it takes work. Because for me, I've always been like that. I've always been like, okay, I have money for this, I have money for this, and I have money for this. If it's outside of that, I'm not spending it. And that's just what it is. If I don't have it for that, I'm not doing it, I'm not spending it, I'm not over promising things that I know I can't afford. And that's how you stay consistent within your means. Yes, you can live within your means, but living outside your means just means that you're overselling yourself, you're over promising to people, you're doing things that you know you can't afford and things like that. So for me, I really love budgeting. I love budgeting. I just love to see the numbers make sense. I have a background in accounting, so it's kind of like in my area. To be honest, I don't really remember a lot of things from school. It's just a matter of disciplining yourself to do something that you said you were going to do. It's just like people that do fitness and working out and all that stuff. You have discipline, you're consistent. Me, I'm not consistent when it comes to fitness and working out and all that stuff. But when it comes to like managing my budget and my hobbies and things like that, I'm pretty consistent, you know. Sometimes I do. I'm not even gonna lie. Just because you have a budget doesn't mean that you won't go over your budget. But I've also recently started allocating funds to just leisure, so that I know that I have like this set amount just for me to do anything that I want. Budgeting is just like you put what you can where you can. If you can't do 50, 20, 30, then don't do 50, 20, 30. If you can only do 30, 20, and like spread 30 and spread 20 and 30 elsewhere, whatever it may be, like just try to allocate your funds where they matter most. If you want something but you know you don't need it, don't spend on it. You can get it some other time. If it's not important, don't spend on it unless you know you have that extra set of money to do a few things with. So managing money as new adults is not, especially if you don't have like parents that instill in you that yes, money is nice to have, but you can't just spend it recklessly, especially with inflation and all these things. If you don't have those voices in the back of your head, then you'll just be spending your money recklessly, and by the end of the day you don't have any money left. Like, it's easy to blow money. Easy to blow money. Easy to blow money. And it's crazy because things are getting very, very much expensive, and I don't think it's going to get any less expensive. So as much as we can, we have to try to save, especially us being in our 20s. Like, things are hard. A lot of us don't have any stability right now, and we're just figuring this stuff out, and it's hard, but it's not impossible. I could share my budget template in the description so that you guys could use it. If you're not too like familiar with Excel and things like that, then you might not necessarily understand it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. If you need any help, I could always just message me on Instagram, and I'll help you with that. But yeah, my budget tracker is very simple. It's not over the top. It's not complicated. So once I'm done like rearranging a few things just so that it could be a little bit more simplistic for you guys, I will leave it in the description box down below, and I'll also mention it in the comments so that you can know that it's up. I think that's all I have for money management. If I have more things to add on this topic, I'll do a part 2 of money management. But for me, what has helped me is just budgeting, straight up budgeting, and that's just what works for me. Like, I really love budgeting. I really love like saving money. I don't like to spend money. And if you have like, and I feel like if you have like this ingrained in you to like just not spend money if you don't feel like it, then it's going to be a lot easier for you. It's easy to see like the dollar signs when that paycheck hits and say, okay, I need this, I need that, I need that. I do it too. I'm not even gonna lie, I do it too. But then the responsibilities come back up like, okay, I gotta relax. I can't be doing all of these things because I can't afford it. And that's just what it is. The audio in this is messed up because my mic just died and I don't remember what I was saying. But to sum it all up, best way to manage your money is to set monthly budgets according to your income and your expenses. And that way you can decide what you can cut back on, what you can add, where you can allocate funds to, and so on and so forth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Navigating Your 20s. If you have any more ideas and topics for this series called Navigating Your 20s, let me know in the comment section down below. And I will try my best to record the ideas and topics and take them into consideration. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys in the next episode.